President Trump says it's Iran's, quote, last chance to make a peace deal with the U.S. as he and Tehran send mixed messages on the current state of negotiations. President Trump said talks were set to begin yesterday, but U.S. officials told CBS News no new discussions were planned. Iran has insisted it's not talking with the U.S. directly. After threatening more strikes yesterday, the president said he hopes officials in Tehran will, quote, come to their senses.
So they called me and they said, please don't attack. We'll make a deal. Iran knew it. They knew what was coming. It was going to come last night, and it would have gone on for a long time, and there'd be essentially very little left. There'd be nothing left.
CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi joins us now from our D.C. bureau. Olivia, good morning. Great to see you. So viewers will feel that this is familiar. I think it's the fifth time we've heard both a threat of annihilation from the president and then that there will be talks instead. Fact check this all for us. What's going on here? Where do talks really stand?
Well, good morning, Errol. It's good to see you. Your count is 5. I got up to about 8 to between a dozen, if you're counting the number of times that he threatened oil and energy infrastructure in the region and then decided to pull back. The president has also said they're talking when, in fact, there are no talks. In this current iteration from the president, we know that there are no direct talks happening between the U.S. and Iran. That has not happened now for several months. But what is happening is Iran, they are talking to the Omanis. They had a discussion with them yesterday. They had a, quote, constructive discussion that came from an Iranian official where they had talked about a new temporary route through the Strait of Hormuz, because that's really what this all kind of centers on, is reopening the strait before they even get to those nuclear negotiations. The Iranians yesterday also spoke with the Pakistanis to try to get the ceasefire deal and the strait reopened. But they're not talking directly with the United States. And President Trump yet again told reporters yesterday that it's Iran's last chance to make a type of deal. And then in a Truth Social post, he called them unbelievably duplicitous. He said they ask for a meeting. Some would say beg. The talks begin with more scheduled in the immediate future. And then they openly and proudly say they're not having any discussions and nothing is being talked about, and they're only dealing with Oman. The president then goes on to say they give their usual blather in saying that the Strait of Hormuz will be operated powerfully by them when it is controlled by the U.S. blockade. Now, there is still that U.S. blockade in the region. CENTCOM this morning says they have redirected some 40 ships, so there is some level of control that the U.S. does have in the traffic. But still, as far as talks and as far as negotiations, they're not talking with each other directly. Iran is talking with the Omanis and sometimes the Pakistanis. But it's been hard to get any sort of diplomatic breakthrough between these two countries really hammered out and negotiated so that there could be the free flow of traffic in the strait, thus bringing down some of the high gas prices we've seen here in the U.S.
Well, there you go. Olivia Rinaldi with the fact check and clarity that we all need on this ongoing war. Olivia, thank you very much. And as the war with Iran rages on, President Trump is urging U.S. oil companies to ease gas prices. He said yesterday industry leaders like ExxonMobil and Chevron are, quote, making too much money.
When you look at one company where they made 12 times what they made the year before, they ought to give some of that back to the public. And they better cut the retail price, the consumer price. Too much money. You're surprised I'm saying it? I'll say it loud and clear. I'm not happy about it.
Now, the national average price for a regular gallon of gas stands at $4.09. And as you see here, the cost a year ago was $3.15. And before the war started earlier this year, the average was $2.98.